Okay, so I got these LEDs right here off of Amazon. They're PLCC2s. I bought PLCC4s as well. They aren't here yet, but I think they should work. There's 4 pads on here, but I think 2 are not doing anything. So if I put the multimeter across these 2, you can see this LED right here light up quickly, just kind of faintly. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. So you have the negative here on the bottom corner here, and then this top corner over here. You have the positive. These 2 pads, I believe, are just dummy pads that don't go to anything. So yeah, I'll get one of these soldered on. We can look at it here in a minute. Okay, so here there's a notch down here on the bottom. That's the negative side on these. These are aqua colored. I also have a red one I need to replace here. It's reversed. So the negative is down to the bottom of the screen here on the circuit board. I've got some solder paste I'll put on here, and then I'll heat it up and solder it back on. So the solder paste is pretty solid, or it's a little hard to get out, but I don't know if it's old or what. I just got it. Maybe it's an old batch. But I'm just putting a dab on each of those, and then I'll get these tweezers and make sure the notch is to the bottom. I'll get a soldering iron and heat that up. Okay, I got this lined up. I'm just going to touch this to the soldering iron here quick. Try to get those soldered there on each pad. Okay, so I believe those are soldered correctly. I'll just test it here. So I'm just testing this negative with continuity here to here. And I can see those light up as I test across it. So I believe that's soldered on correctly. So I've done this one. Just to finish this one, I'm going to do these two. These 2 are out. And then I think it's these 2 up here. I'll have to plug it back in to test it. And then I believe this one's on, but these 3 are bad here. So I'll work on those. But it looks like these seem to work. I'll show you a video in the truck. Okay, so here in the truck, if I plug these in, it does a little jitter dance or whatever. You can see those bottom 2 LEDs here on the right are the ones I've replaced. So it seems like they're working. I'm just going to mark the other ones that are bad, and then I can replace those. So that one there, that one there. This one here is bad, that one's bad. That one's bad, that one's bad. It's interesting how they light up as I touch them, but it seems like they're bad. So I'll replace those and get back. Okay, so I'm going to desolder this this LED here that's bad. So I just heat it up. Use this desolderer. Heat up the next one. Each of the 4 pads. I'm sure there's a lot of videos on there that are better than this for this portion, but I couldn't find any on this F150, so. And then I was using a pair of needle nose pliers, and I just kind of heat up a corner and work it. Work it up. Kind of work on the side here a little bit. Back here. Pull those up. And then I was just coming in here. Heat up each pad just to smooth out the solder. And then I'd squirt a little bit on each of the 4 pads here. And then me dig another LED out here. And then I'm just placing it with a notch down because that's negative in this case. And then I'll just push down on it here. Oops, try to straighten it out. So the solder paste you just heat up. I'm sure there's videos on it too, but you just paste it on there and heat it up. And then I will test with the multimeter. Sorry for the filming if it's bad. Okay. And then I'll put the negative lead on this side, positive here, and you can just see it light up just a tad bit as I go on and off there. Okay, so I got all these on. The only thing, this is a red one. The polarity is opposite on it. So I just flipped that. The notch will be on the positive side instead of the negative. So I'll place that and solder it. Okay, so we got it back together. I turn on the lights here. You see all 11 of those, and 11 of the aqua ones. And they seem to match the old ones fine. And then there's the 6 of the red ones. So at this point, I'll put it back in its case, and then I can align the gauge or the needles for the gauges and see how that goes. I just wanted to show the finished product here, so I just got the cluster back together, back in the truck. So here we have all the illumination LEDs on the back and all the needle LEDs, so this cluster seems to be working correctly now.